All right, listen up. Welcome to this mandatory threat assessment briefing. I'm here to give you a strictly structured explainer on the precise operational hazards of the Euclid-class anomaly currently locked down in Sector 4, SCP-080. As commanders and security chiefs, your total comprehension of this data isn't just expected, it's required for your continued employment, and frankly, failing to understand and apply this data will result in immediate disciplinary action, reassignment, or, given the nature of the entity we're discussing today, your death. Let's get started. Here's our classified itinerary for today. We'll be going over containment protocols, entity description, experimental data, psychological hazards, and updated directives. Retain this information. Section 1. Containment Protocols. Okay, let's dive into this with the absolute, non-negotiable physical containment rules. SCP-080 is to be held in a heavily restricted 4x4 meter windowless room. You've got a smaller antechamber to the south for access and a dedicated observation room to the north. Now pay attention to the lighting constraints because they are incredibly specific. We're talking a maximum of one single 7-watt incandescent bulb illuminated in the main room at any given time. That's it. Furthermore, there is an absolute prohibition on any items that could shroud, conceal, or otherwise hide the entity. I mean, no cupboards, no beds, no sheets. If you provide this anomaly with darkness or even a simple place to hide, it triggers an immediate and catastrophic vanishing event. And let me make this crystal clear. Site Command enforces a zero-tolerance policy regarding these measures. Absolutely no devices capable of producing independent light are allowed past that antechamber. If you're foolish enough to bring a flashlight into the sector and cause a containment breach, you will be severely reprimanded, assuming you even survive the resulting incident. Section 2. Entity Description. So what exactly is sitting in that chamber? SCP-080 is an intangible Euclid-class humanoid entity. We still don't even know if it actually possesses physical mass, because every single attempt to physically interact with it has failed disastrously. But even without a solid body, personnel consistently report the exact same terrifying visual: a giant blackness, presenting like a shadowy effigy, punctuated only by two smoking, vaporous eyes piercing right through the dark. It's deeply unsettling to look at, sure, but its appearance is merely a precursor to its actual anomalous properties. Now, what's really interesting about this anomaly is its primary weapon, a lethal REM sleep induction hazard. Anyone who walks into that chamber, or even just observes it from behind reinforced glass, gets hit with an uncontrollable drowsiness. Give it about 30 minutes of exposure, and the observer is forced into an inescapable slumber. And trust me, the psychological damage that follows is completely irreversible. Which brings us to the operational paradox of SCP-080. If any light enters that room with a luminance greater than a standard children's nightlight, instant vanish. On the flip side, if the entity manages to find a way to hide itself, like ducking under a discarded bedsheet, instant vanish. Think about that. You give it too much light, we lose it. You give it a place to hide, we lose it. Both scenarios constitute a total breach of containment. Section 3. Experimental data. Let's look at the grim reality of experiment log 080-2. D080-1, a 19-year-old male, gets basic exposure. He reports a large figure staring at him, becomes unable to stand, collapses, and leaves literally 0 biological remains behind, completely consumed. Then we have D080-2, a 30-year-old female, ordered to make direct physical contact. She's forced into a comatose sleep, resulting in her absolute psychological destruction. But the most telling case? D080-3. We dosed a 24-year-old male with powerful amphetamines to counteract the sleep effect. The second he tried to physically attack the shadow, he instantly suffered a massive fatal heart attack. And the researchers who had to retrieve his body, they reported an overwhelming feeling of unease and a hyper-awareness that the entity was right there in the room with them. Just to make sure you fully grasp the psychological horror here, take a look at the frantic final words of D0801. Quote, "This giant blackness, like someone just standing in the corner. Oh God, it's looking right at me." The subject managed to note that the entity's eyes looked like vapor right before losing consciousness entirely. And honestly, the results of surviving the entity are arguably worse. When D082 woke up from her forced slumber, our medical staff actually deemed her physically healthy at first. But during her interview, she had this vacant, spaced-out stare, started hyperventilating, and exhibited extreme paranoia. She screamed, "They're here! No! They're trying to take me away!" She then violently lunged at our lead researcher, Dr. and had to be swiftly terminated. The takeaway here? This thing doesn't just put you to sleep, It literally shatters your mind while you're under. Section 4. Psychological hazards. Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, mapping out the creeping mimetic influence of SCP-080. You do not need to be locked in the room to fall victim to this anomaly. It all started when Dr. Helikarth and his staff began reporting increasingly stressful dreams. That proved the entity affects nearby personnel even without direct observation. Then, it escalated to Incident 080-1, where researchers literally fell asleep behind shielded glass. And the culmination of this constant, agonizing mental strain, Dr. Helikarth committing suicide. The aftermath of Incident 080-1 fundamentally changed our whole approach. We learned the hard way that observation glass offers zero protection. 2 senior researchers believed they were perfectly safe behind that window. 40 minutes later, they were fast asleep. We retrieved them, and their data was entirely expunged from the record. But here is a genuinely chilling administrative detail. Following the loss of those 2 researchers, the rest of the facility curiously experienced a wonderful night's sleep, and everyone was in a remarkably pleasant mood the next day. Because of these escalating passive threats, I'm reminding all commanders right now, mandatory sector dream journals are in full effect. Every single member of your staff must meticulously document their nightmares. If those dreams start getting violent or nightmarish in nature, remand them to the psychologists immediately. Furthermore, if anyone on your staff claims they can't even see SCP-080, send them in for mandatory testing right away. They might be immune, or they might be completely compromised. Section 5. Updated directives. So the crucial point to remember here is the number 30. 30 minutes is the absolute maximum limit for exposure under any circumstances. To make sure nobody breaks this rule, the thick blackout curtains in the observation room are mechanically locked. They literally will not release unless the door to that observation room is completely shut tight. No exceptions. Now, we have to address the collective mental degradation of the facility. Remember those unexplainable mood improvements we noted after the loss of personnel in Incident 080-1? Based on that, the O5 Council has enacted Addendum 080-E. In order to neutralize SCP-080's psychic toll on the mental health of our on-site personnel, one D-class subject will be intentionally fed to the entity once every single month. Yes, it's brutal, but this sacrifice is absolutely necessary to ensure the operational sanity of the surviving staff. I'll leave you with this final administrative note from Dr. Blah. All personnel are requested to stop referring to SCP-080 as the boogeyman. As security commanders, it's your strict duty to enforce this naming convention. But I ask you to really consider the data we just reviewed. The smoking eyes in the pitch black, the mandated dream journals, the forced slumbers, the monthly human sacrifices we make just to keep our own nightmares at bay. You must enforce the rule. But do you truly believe that changing its name will actually stop the nightmares? Think on that as you return to your posts. Dismissed. This concludes today's briefing. If you wish to maintain your current clearance level and ensure continued access to the Versarian database, a subscription to this channel is mandatory. Secure your connection by leaving a like on this file, and log your requests in the comments section below to dictate which anomaly we unseal next. Stay vigilant and expect your next set of logs every day. Secure, contain, protect.